orphaned as a child when his parents were murdered before his eyes, Bruce Wayne has trained himself to wage relentless war against crime as the dread Avenger of the Night, the Batman. This story, Riddles, Rhymes, and Riots, based on stories by Doug Minch and Len Wein. No matter how big or small, where the news is, there you will find Olivia Ortega of Gotham City's television station. Today, what starts as a small news item about the vintage grape harvest leads unwittingly to a murderous clash between the Batman and one of his most deadly, dangerous foes, the Riddler. But to begin at the beginning. At the Roma Winery, Ms. Ortega is coming to the end of her interview.
Signor Petrelli, you have shown us the winemaking process from harvesting the grape to the bottling of the actual wine itself. Is that all there is to do?
Oh no, Ms. Ortega, far from it. Now, the wine has to age. We lay the bottles down on their sides on the special racks you see all around us. This allows the wine to mature.
And how long does that take?
It varies from wine to wine. It can take many years.
So you can't just ship it straight out to the shops?
Oh, no, Ms. Ortega. It would not be very pleasant to drink,
I see. You just leave the bottles of wine to age?
Not quite true. Here, come with me. The problem is that no matter how good your winemaking is, some sediment, like small bits of grit, always gets into the bottle with the wine. If we leave it, it will hurt the flavor and quality. So, we have a small but very important trick to overcome the problem. Here, you see we have men twisting the bottles in the racks. We do this every day, so the sediment in the wine clings to the corks.
And does this trick have a name?
The French call it remuage, but it's better known as riddling the wine.
Well, thank you, Signor Petrelli, for that insight into the art of winemaking, and for showing us round the Roma Winery. I think we can truly call this a vintage documentary. That's it, Signor Petrelli.
That's all?
We'll take the video back to the studios, and you'll see it on the local news tonight.
Good. I look forward to that. You have time to sample some of our wines?
Sure, that would be nice. Has your family been in the wine business for generations?
As their footsteps fade away, one of the men who has so laboriously been turning the bottles looks at the departing TV crew, and an evil smile crosses his face.
The video crew! That's it! After all these months riddling the wine as a trustee from the jail, at last I found a new crime to suit my talents as the Riddler! So long, suckers!
Hey, where you going?
Off to greener cladsters! From sediments of wine to sediments of crime! For battling the Batman, now is the time!
Less than 48 hours later, a beam of light casts the familiar bat sign in the dark night sky over Gotham City, and the Batman knows he is once again needed at the offices of Police Commissioner James Gordon.
I saw the bat sign, Jim. What's the problem?
Batman, one day you're gonna give me a heart attack turning up like that at the window.
And if I came in through the door like any ordinary caller, would you really believe I was the Batman?
Good point, Batman. Oh, where's Robin?
He's off on another case right now.
Well, come in and sit down. We've had a parcel we think you ought to see. Sergeant Bullock?
Here you are, Batman.
Thank you, Sergeant. Plain box. Brown wrapping paper. Fingerprints?
None but our own, and it's been x-rayed. Nothing explosive inside.
Well, let's open it up. Uh-oh, that's more like it.
Another box.
But look at the wrapping. Green with question marks all over it. And all tied up with purple ribbon.
The Riddler?
Exactly. I'm not surprised. I heard he'd skip jail.
Who's this Riddler? I've heard the name, but know nothing about him.
His real name is Edward Nigma. That's why he calls himself the Riddler.
How's that?
E for Edward, enigma, and the word enigma means a riddle.
Hey, I get it. I think.
He's a thief primarily, and he has been since school days. Though I wouldn't put murder beyond him.
His method of operating is unique, bizarre even. Before he can commit a crime, he is compelled to give out clues in the form of riddles. It's a test of skill between him and the Batman.
But that must make it easy. Anyone can solve riddles.
Not the one set by the Riddler. They're too clever by half, and often rigged. Now what else have we got here in the parcel?
There's a greetings tag. Within these singular walls, you'll find the devious location of my next crime.
His rhymes haven't improved, nor the difficulty of his clues. My guess is the contents of this box are what he means.
Yes, within the singular walls of the box itself.
An egg. Too big for a chicken's egg. It must be a goose's egg, and a golden one at that.
Gold paint?
Indeed, and obviously meant to be a clue to his intended loot. The goose who laid the golden egg.
And some writing on the outside of the egg. M.A.
M.A. Ma, that's it, Jim. Ma Goose, Mother Goose. I believe the crime will be staged within the singular walls of the Mother Goose amusement park.
Too easy, don't you think, Batman?
Yes, I do. Perhaps the real clue lies in a specific Mother Goose nursery rhyme. But we can't risk neglecting anything. You stay here and keep puzzling, Jim. Check on anagrams, cryptograms, anything you can think of.
And you?
I'm off to check out the amusement park box office receipts.
You heard the Batman, Sergeant. What are you waiting for?
I don't know, Commissioner. The Batman ain't the police. He's a vigilante.
He's not a vigilante. He's fully empowered by this office as a special upholder of the law. Now go and start working on those clues.
Okay. I'm going, Commissioner.
The sooner he leaves the force, the better.
Gotham City's Mother Goose amusement park. By day, it is a realm of mammoth enchantment. By night, its giant shadows work their sinister magic. And one more shadow is hardly noticed as it moves stealthily across the grounds.
Nothing. No sign of the Riddler. Which is not to say he isn't here. Can't lower my guard for a moment. What the? The Humpty Dumpty figure, it's falling off the wall. Gotta move fast. That was close.
But not close enough, Batman! Since Humpty Dumpty's big fall didn't flatten you, it's time for me to play Jack in the Egg. Or am I scrambling my riddles too much?
Hiding in the egg model of Humpty Dumpty may be a good joke for you, Riddler, but it's not all white for me.
What the? He really scrambled over the wall! He's as elusive as the night itself. But if anyone can puzzle out his next move, it's got to be me! Ah!
Up here, Riddler. Now you're armless. It's a fair fight.
Even without my gun, I can still beat you, Batman!
Too late. He's escaping into the model of Mother Hubbard's shoe house. And that's where I must go. Now he's pulled the vanishing trick. But if he's not here in the shoe, where can he be? Ah!
Be careful how you fall, Batman! Don't be like Humpty Dumpty! I didn't hear him land, and I don't intend to find out what happened. He's too dangerous a foe to face up to if he is alive, and there will always be another day. I'd really miss a world without that bat fool.
And the Batman? With his superb athletic skill, he catches a projecting spur of the building. Then, using the bat rope, he lowers himself to safety on the ground. To be met with...
Don't move! I got a gun!
What the?
The Batman!
Move your flashlight guard.
Oh, sure. I thought I heard shooting. It sounded like a machine gun.
It was. The Riddler was here to steal the box office receipts.
That's impossible, Batman.
Why?
Well, there ain't any. The park closed down last week. It's the end of the season. And we don't open again till next April. I can't see... What? on!
Back in the police commissioner's office, the Batman runs through the night's happenings.
An eventful evening, Batman.
Yes, indeed, Jim. There were times when I thought my goose was well and truly cooked.
You're getting as bad as the Riddler, Batman.
I hope you don't mean that literally, Jim. Any luck with the other angles?
No, nothing. No banks connected with geese, not even anything like a jewelry store called the Golden Goose or some such name.
I got the coffee, Commish. Ah, Batman. You back again?
Yes, Sergeant. As you say, back again.
I'll put the coffee down here, shall I? And...
Watch what you... now look what you've done. You've broken the egg.
He's done us a favor, Jim, by hatching a deeper plot.
What do you mean, Batman?
The first puzzle was a big goose egg. A zero, nothing. It was merely a ruse for the Riddler to take a crack at riddling me with machine gun bullets.
So?
Look, in the bits of broken eggshell.
A note.
Exactly. We thought we would find out where the Riddler would commit his crime within the singular walls of the box. What he meant was in the walls of the egg itself.
So that note...
Yes, this is the real clue. And it says, when riddled by the Riddler, you'll find the answer to this perplexing rhyme. With conundrum daring and rebus flat, the answer to this riddle quite pat. A sack of loot so very peachy. From Roma, Veni, Vidi, Vici.
Hey, that's really easy. What's a rebus?
A picture cryptogram. The egg itself was a three-dimensional rebus.
Right, Jim. And I just figured it out. It was an egg labeled Ma. An egg Ma. Get it? Enigma.
The Riddler's real name, Batman.
Right, Sergeant. But it probably refers to something else as well. Keep it in mind if you can.
Sure. What?
Never mind, Sergeant. Go on, Batman.
Now, how does it go? When riddled by the Riddler, you'll find. What would have happened if I had been riddled by his machine gun?
You'd be dead.
Right. And buried.
And gone to...
Paradise. That's it. Paradise. There's a Paradise Theater, and it's on Peach Street.
Good. That ties in with a sack of loot so very peachy. Now, Veni, Vidi, Vici is old Latin for I came, I saw, and I conquered.
And I checked with the prison. Riddler was a trustee at the Roma winery before he escaped.
Slow down. You guys are going too fast.
So now we have the tie-in to that line of the riddle. Now all we need is to find out what attraction the Paradise Theater on Peach Street has for our rhyming friend. Have you a local newspaper, Jim?
Here you are, Batman.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Don't mention it. Glad I could help.
That's it.
It's got to be. They're videotaping a game show. A quiz show called Enigma.
It all ties up. He's out to steal the show's prize loot. This time we've got him, Jim. I'm off.
Now where's he going?
If you don't know by now, Sergeant, you never will. Get them to bring my car around to the front.
I don't know. Did I miss something?
While the crime fighters race across to the Paradise Theater on Peach Street, guess who is already getting off one of Gotham City's buses outside at that very place?
The Paradise Theater, and recording tonight, Enigma. I came, I saw, and now it's time to conquer. Batman thwarted the first part of my double riddle and could well show up for the punchline. But I'm not worried, because I always rig my crimes for every contingency. Ah, here we are. My second riddling gun, just where I stashed it. Now, off with the suit, so all may see my costume and recognize the Riddler.
The scene is set. The quiz, Enigma, is in progress, and an audience waits with bated breath. Who will win the jackpot? Little do they know the decision has already been made by the infamous rhymester of crime, the Riddler himself.
Thank Thank you, and welcome back to Enigma, the quiz show where riddling resolvers can run riot with the rhino, reek, and ribbon. That's money, loot, or cash to you if your name is Joe Donati. All right! So come on up and play Enigma, and as your opponent, Sue Libowitz. Come on up! Welcome back, Joe. Nice to see you again. Sue? You both made it through the first round of riddles. Now we move on to the second round. Here we put a riddle to each of you in turn. The first one to miss an answer drops out, and that leaves the remaining player to play for the big loot. Ladies first. Sue? Nervous?
A bit.
Well, don't worry. We're all rooting for you. Here's your riddle. Riddle me this. Why is the letter T like an island?
Oh, let me see. Oh, the letter T? Like an island?
5 seconds.
Got it! Because it's in the middle of water.
That's your answer?
Yes!
And you're right! W-A-T-E-R. The letter T, like an island, is in the middle of water. Now, Joe, it's over to you. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, Les.
Okay, here we go. Riddle me this. What coat comes without pockets and is put on wet?
Let me see. I can't. My mind's gone blank. No, I'm sorry. It's...
And we're sorry, Joe. Time's up, and the answer is a coat of paint. That's the way it is, Joe. Thanks for coming. A big hand for a great sport, Joe Donati, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Sue, come over here. You know what this means? Yes, you do know what this means.
Yeah.
You've earned the right to compete in the Super Riddle Round for our star prize. $25,000 in cold cash, jewelry, and a whole range of other prizes. Just think of that. $25,000. How do you feel about that? You ready?
I sure am.
Good girl, Sue. Now come over here. That's right. You stay here on the top spot while I go over to the Super Riddle Drum. In this drum are over 1,000 riddles prepared by the finest brains. All I do is reach into the drum for your conundrum and... Hey, there's something moving inside the drum. What in...
That's right. It's a con on drum.
Don't anyone panic. This isn't part of the show. Just let him take what he wants. Don't panic, ladies and gentlemen.
Sheesh, what a ham. I'll bet he even uses bacon grease to keep that toupee of his stuck on.
And the winner of this week's game of Enigma, the Riddler, of course.
I did it! I finally did it! I outwitted the Batman! Now nothing can stop me! Nothing!
Reveling in his success, the Riddler races from the theater into the safety of the night. Confident of his success, he makes to safety in a prearranged hideout where he can plan his next dramatic crime. High above the streets of Gotham City, a caped figure looks down upon the people below, and especially on those leaving a certain theater on Peach Street.
It looks as though I got here just in time. People stampeding from the Paradise Theater. And who's that coming out of the side door? As I thought, the Riddler, with a very heavy sack. Time to put an end to this little game.
I outwitted Batman! Now nothing can stop me! Nothing!
You spoke too soon, Riddler.
Again? I'm making my riddles too easy.
That's your trouble, Riddler. You always underestimate your opponents. Running won't help you either. Let me ask you a riddle. What can you put in a sack of loot to make it lighter?
A hole?
Right. First time.
With unerring aim, the Batman hurls his batarang at the sack held by the fleeing villain. It slices through the canvas, and the stolen loot spills out on the street.
Very well, Batman. You foiled my crime, but you'll never take me! This riddle started with a rebus, and it's going to end when I get away on this bus! A rebus for my escape!
I dare leave the loot, but if I don't, the Riddler will escape. Thank heavens, the Commissioner's car and some backup. Officer, collect up the spilled loot. I'll go with Gordon. He's on the bus, Jim. After him.
Jump aboard, Batman. I have a full tank and a heavy foot.
Through the busy streets of Gotham City, the vehicles race. The Riddler forcing the bus to be driven even faster with the threat of death from his machine gun. But that bus was not meant to be driven at speed. The police car soon overhauls it.
Keep rolling the bus, Jim, so I can jump aboard the bus roof. Look out! The window of the bus. That was close. Riddler's going all out to fill me full of holes. Unless I find a handhold on the bus roof, we won't need to worry. There's one there. That's it. He's really shooting blind now, right through the roof. And that's too close for comfort. It's time to put a stop to this once and for all. Those bullet holes in the bus roof make it a sieve. And since another word for sieve is riddle, why not? Just ease these gas pellets out of my utility belt, and just the right size to slip through the bullet holes in the roof.
The bus speedily fills up with the gas. The passengers find it hard to breathe. It begins to veer from side to side. People walking the sidewalk scatter in alarm as it threatens their very lives, and then it stops.
I can't see a thing! Got to get out of here! Where's the door? Here it is! Gotta get away!
Not so fast, Riddler.
Batman, how did you get in the bus? And why weren't you affected by the gas?
Easy, Riddler. A quick swing through the window you opened to shoot at me, and to use your own language, when riddled by the Riddler on the rebus, be sure to take your nose filters. It saves a lot of fuss.
Oh, shut up, will ya?
Batman, are you all right?
No problems, Jim. Here's our riddling friend. Only this time I suggest he be left in jail. He seems to get ideas when he's let out.
You can lock me up, Batman, but you can't shut me up. I'll win one day. Mark my words, I'll beat you yet.
How many times as a crime fighter has the Batman heard such threats in his life? And how many times has the villain been forced to eat his words? But one day, perhaps one day, who knows? Time passes, and the Batman continues the never-ending battle with evil. Again and again he faces the wrongdoer, from petty, nameless street criminals to major threats, such as the Penguin or the Joker, and every time he ends as the victor. But even crime must take a holiday sometimes, which is why even the Batman and his partner Robin, the Teen Wonder, can find themselves drinking coffee in the offices of Commissioner Gordon instead of patrolling the streets of Gotham City.
Unusually quiet tonight, Batman.
Yes, indeed, Jim, and that's what's troubling me. It's too quiet. I can't help thinking that something could happen any time.
Any special reason for saying that?
No, just call it a premonition. A feeling that...
Come in.
Glad I caught you before you went, Batman. This package was left for you at the desk a few hours ago.
Thank you, Sergeant. Funny, no return address. Let's see what's inside. Uh-oh. Not again.
What is it? What's wrong?
It looks like my premonition was right, Robin. Here, take a look for yourself.
A book. 1001 riddles for all occasions. And there's a scribbled note on the bottom.
Have fun. I know I will. Signed the Riddler. I thought he was still in jail after that affair at the Paradise Theater.
He is, or rather, it would seem, was.
If he has escaped and is trying to taunt me again, he's certainly making it difficult.
How so, Batman?
By sending me this book, the Riddler, if it is him, has supplied me with the clues to his next 1001 possible crimes. All at once.
Then what do you propose to do, Batman?
There's nothing much we can do except wait.
And I don't think we'll have long to wait.
On the other hand, we must be going, Jim.
Going anywhere in particular now, Batman?
Yes, Commissioner. I think I'll check out Gotham State Prison. Come on, Robin.
And outside police headquarters, with a whispered roar, the mighty Batmobile rockets away into the rapidly fading darkness. On a deserted country road several miles outside Gotham, a battered old flatbed truck is moving slowly with a load of live poultry on board.
Down the road up the hills, my true love. A detour sign. When will the state stop digging up our roads?
And that detour sign is not the only delay for the driver tonight. For, half a mile up the side road, he finds a fallen tree blocking his way.
Of all the dad blamed. Now what am I
Going to do? Why, friend, give me your cargo, or your life.
Who are you?
Don't you recognize the Riddler? I thought the green costume with the question marks all over it was quite distinctive. Now, get out of the cab. This gun is not for show.
You want to steal my chicken truck? Mr. Riddler, you don't know what you're doing.
Wrong, friend. I know precisely what I'm doing. Now, get out of there.
Okay, give me a break, will you? At least tell me why you're robbing me.
That, as they say, is for me to know and you to find out. Now, I have a question for you. Why are you like a 12-inch ruler?
Don't know.
Okay?
Why?
Because of this moment, you're both afoot.
And with that, the Riddler drives off into the night to carry out the next stage in his criminal plan. Meanwhile, at Gotham State Prison...
So you see, Warden, there was a 1002nd clue in the book sent. A label showing it was the property of the prison. It has all the method of the Riddler's way of working.
It was probably posted from here.
Yes, I'm afraid the Riddler has escaped. We have a full-scale search on for him, but we just don't know where to look.
Knowing the Riddler, he could have left some clues here. Maybe he told his cellmate something. Is it possible to see him?
Certainly, Batman, but his cellmate's in a pretty bad way. We've had to move him to the hospital block. He was wounded while trying to escape with the Riddler.
That is bad news. What was he in for, Warden?
Jake Hammer? Gun running this time, but he's got a record as long as your arm. Here we are. Good morning, Doctor. Any change in the patient?
No, Warden. He occasionally comes around for a few moments, but then he goes back into a coma.
Can I talk to Hammer, Doctor?
You're welcome to try, Batman, but I would not expect much if I were you.
He's sure not in very good shape, Batman.
I'll try anyway. Hammer? Jake Hammer, can you hear me? Listen, what do you know about the Riddler? Do you understand? The Riddler!
Riddler.
Yes, the Riddler. Do you know anything about the crime he planned?
Riddle. I know a riddle. A valuable riddle. What's black and white
and red all over. Answer. A killer.
Hammer!
It's no use, Batman. I'm afraid he's unconscious again. You'll get nothing more from him for now.
There was so much more I wanted to know. But thank you, Doctor. I may have something from what he said.
Do you think it was useful, Batman?
I don't know, but you can bet I intend to find out.
With that, the Batman and Robin return to the secret Batcave to puzzle over the clues they have so far. Across town, on a well-worn loading dock on Gotham's Lower West Side in the sprawling warehouse district, a team of burly laborers are at work, blissfully unaware that a burglary is about to take place.
Man, are these bundles heavy?
That ain't surprising. All things considered, these old magazines are worth their weight in gold. Now finish loading the trolley and quit complaining.
Okay, don't. What's the guy doing? Hey, you, driver! Get that garbage truck out of the way, will ya? You're backing into the wrong bay.
Oh no, suckers! This is the right bay. Just returning what I borrowed from another chump this morning.
He's opened the tailgate. What in the blue blazes? It's chickens! The truck is full of chickens! They're coming out of...
What does he think? Get out of the way!
When I relieve you of the magazines, riddle me this. What bird is most like a hen stealing? Give up. A cock rabbit!
Hey, it's the Riddler! He's taking the magazines!
My want is greater than yours, cretin, so don't try and stop me!
Don't you...
Try another? What's the difference between magazines and big mouths like you? Simple. You can shut the magazines up. Well, time for me to leave now, but one last riddle. What has 4 wheels and flies?
That's easy, Riddler. A garbage truck. Like one they're gonna cart you away in. Gun him. We can't let him escape with those magazines.
No sweat. There's no way he can escape us in that clumsy old rig. Hey, what's happening?
He's jettisoned the truck chassis and left it behind the van's got some kind of rocket power. It moves like... It's flying!
News moves fast in Gotham City. Within minutes, the local radio and TV stations report the daring but incomprehensible theft. But to one man, it proves further links in the chain that will lead to the Riddler. At police headquarters...
Here's what we have at present, Commissioner. The Riddler is put into a cell at Gotham State Prison with Jake Hammer, a known gun runner. They escape, or rather the Riddler does, with Hammer left behind injured.
Hammer manages to tell us one of Riddler's riddles. What is black and white and red all over? In his delirium, he says the answer is a killer. But it really is a newspaper or magazine.
Right, Robin. Then the Riddler, using chickens as a diversion, steals several dozen bundles of magazines bound for foreign distribution from a warehouse.
And that warehouse we discovered is a front for a gun-running exercise. If those gunmen hadn't tried to shoot the Riddler, we would never have known. But where does this lead us? Why does the Riddler want to steal magazines?
Remember, Commissioner, that Jake Hammer was convicted of gun running. Suddenly, this is all starting to make a great deal of sense. Hammer's reference to the riddle being a killer and not a book or magazine may have some meaning, after all.
What's that?
I have a few more things to check out, but if I'm right, I think I know where we'll find the Riddler. Come on, Robin.
Okay, what are we waiting for? Let's hit the road.
Oh, this must be serious if they go out by the door, not by the window.
And within minutes, the shining Batmobile races through the dark streets of Gotham City. A damp fog rolling in off the bay casts a hazy pallor over Gotham Harbor as a rusting freighter prepares to take on cargo. Nearby, a solitary figure paces the dock impatiently.
Where is he? He was supposed to be here by now. I cannot wait much longer without putting myself in danger.
And you won't have to.
Who are you? You are not my contact. My deal was with Mr. Jake Hammer.
Hammer couldn't make it, so he sent me in his place. Did you bring the money?
Of course.
It's in my briefcase in large unmarked bills as agreed. Now, where are the rifles I have been promised?
Up there! They are being loaded aboard your ship, inside those bundles of magazines.
So you tell me. But how am I to know you speak the truth?
It's easy enough to prove, friend. Like this.
From atop some crates, the Batman hurls his batarang up at the load of magazines suspended over the dockside. With unerring aim, like a razor, it cuts the heavy hoist rope, sending the cargo net crashing back to the ground and scattering the tightly bound bundles of magazines it contains. They break open to reveal carefully packed, high-powered rifles hidden inside. With his superb athletic skill, the Batman leaps to the ground.
I'd say that's just about enough evidence to put you back in jail, Riddler.
Batman! Robin! I don't know how you found me, but that's one riddle that will have to be answered some other time.
No! Come back! You can't leave me here!
Don't waste your breath. The Riddler is not interested in anyone except himself.
There's no point in running, Riddler. The police have this dock surrounded.
You can only catch me if you find me.
I'm coming for you, Riddler!
Well, my foreign friend, it looks like your partner has run out on you. He is not my partner. He is a fool, just as you are a fool if you attempt to stop me. I wish you hadn't said that, mister. Particularly with a gun in your hand. Ah! That was foolish of you. Ah! And that should keep you quiet for a while. Now I can go and help you back.
Meanwhile, through the docklands, the Batman hunts his foe, his every sense straining to catch the faintest hint of the criminal. The mist wafts around the crates of goods, waiting to be loaded onto ships for far-off lands, but for now, providing a multitude of hiding places, behind each of which could await his death.
Can't be far away. He won't leave those guns if he can help it. So he must be... What's that sound? A crate! It's toppling down! Must get out of the way! And there's the Riddler!
Springing to one side, the Batman avoids the heavy crate. And then, vaulting over it, he slams into the fleeing Riddler, pitching him straight into the pile of magazines and their deadly contents that lie scattered over the ground. The Riddler snatches up a gun.
This is one time I don't mind taking the fall, Batman. Don't move. What is the most dangerous kind of assassin?
One who takes life cheerfully.
Right, and that's exactly how I'll take yours if you take another step closer, cheerfully.
Batman!
Welcome, Robin, to our little party.
All right, Riddler. The advantage is yours for the moment.
We can still take him, Batman.
Hold your ground, Robin. Let's see what comes next.
Your partner knows best, Teen Wonder. Now, stand right where you are until I am out of sight. I'd rather not kill you both, but I won't hesitate if you force me.
But as the grinning Riddler steps back into the sheltering fog, he fails to notice the secret signal that passes between the dynamic duo and is caught off balance.
The maniacs are making a break for it! I warned you!
Robin's found cover, so the Riddler will turn on me. I'll have to make my move now.
And the Batman, seeing the Riddler is still standing in the cargo net where he had fallen with the pile of guns, pulls the hoist rope tight.
Hey, I'm in the net! Put me down!
Up you go, Riddler!
I don't believe it! They laid a trap for me and I walked right into it!
You look like a netted fish hanging up there, Riddler.
Which suggests a rather obvious riddle, Robin. Riddler, why are you like a spawning salmon?
Oh, no, not that one!
The answer? Because you both go up the river.
You caught him, Batman.
Yes, Jim, he's safely netted.
Like a fish out of water. See? Up there. Ha ha! Do you think he'll ever give up?
Knowing the Riddler, he'll keep trying, Jim. But if the prison authorities can keep him safe this time, it will be a long while before he crosses our path again. Hey, Robin.
You bet, Batman.
So, another case solved. The Batman and Robin, the Teen Wonder, return to the Batcave in the Batmobile, leaving the rhymester of crime to be taken to his cell in Gotham City Prison. For once, the Riddler, with nothing to say, can only look forward to a long, empty future.
Don't you believe it?